A European watchdog who has criticised the office of the EU Commission President for not publishing text messages between Ursula von der Leyen and the CEO of pharma giant Pfizer. An investigation by the EU ombudsman says that the failure to look for the messages amounted to a lack of transparency. MEPs are calling for a parliamentary investigation, as Shona Murray now reports from Brussels.
The European Ombudsman has accused the President of the European Commission of maladministration and a lack of transparency. In a recent New York Times interview, President von der Leyen said she exchanged text messages with Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla about the procurement of COVID-19 vaccines. When those text messages were requested by another journalist as part of freedom of information, the Commission failed to publish them. The journalist took the case to the Ombudsman, Emily O'Reilly. The Ombudsman has now asked the European Commission to explain.
The Commission rules do not say that you have to keep this or that type of means of communication. They say that you have to save documents when it is something of a substantial nature linked to the policies of the European Commission.
Ceci est quelque chose de nature substantielle lié aux politiques de la Commission européenne.
But it does not necessarily mean that every SMS, WhatsApp, etc., that is sent must be kept.
Qui est envoyé doivent être conservés.
The Ombudsman inquiry revealed that the Commission didn't ask the President's personal office to look for the text messages. Dutch MEP Sophie Enteveld says the Commission's position is simply not in line with the spirit or letter of transparency legislation.
You don't have to be a lawyer to see that it's simply an inaccurate interpretation, that it's simply not in line with the law. And but what I find even more shocking and worrying is the complete absence of any kind of reaction from the European Parliament, because this should not be an issue for a single MEP or an activist or a journalist. This is an institutional issue. This is about the treaty obligation, the democratic obligation to transparency, to be transparent to citizens, to be accountable.
The spokesperson for President von der Leyen says the Commission will respond in due time before the end of April. Shona Murray, Euronews, Brussels.